Greetings everyone. Today I am going to talk about communication, that is business communication. Communication being one of the soft skill that one should possess to carry on with the you need this communication in businesses to sell and to make profits. Okay, so in any organization you are working, you need to have business communication skills. Okay, so what are the objectives of business communication? Is to make money, okay, and make profits. So business communication has many features like two-way process, ongoing process, more than words, dynamic process, goal-oriented, and interdisciplinary science. Okay, so one by one I am going to explain to you about the features. So the two-way process. So when you are communicating, you do not simply like standing in front of the mirror and then talking is not communication. So when there is someone in front of you and then when you are talking with that person, that is called communication. You are exchanging your you are trying to make things common between the two of you. Okay, so you are exchanging the speech, the valuable speech, that is communication. Okay, so it has to be two-way process. It's not like, as I said, it's not like you're standing in front of the mirror and then talking is called communication. Okay, so the next one is ongoing process. So what do you think is the ongoing process? So when you are communicating, so you will not have that in mind that you are going to communicate only once or twice. Okay, so once you are talking, you are communicating with the dealers or the suppliers, you are communicating time and again. So it's an ongoing process. Okay, the next is more than words. So when I say more than words, this is one of the basic features in the business communication. So a lot of things come into act. So communication is more than words. It's not that I'm talking to you with words, so a lot of things included like gestures, the way you present yourself, everything is included in more than words. Okay, the various sign languages, so all the verbal and non-verbal communication. So regarding the verbal and non-verbal, I think this is going to be new to you. So later on I'm going to I'm going to make it more specific and then describe what is verbal and non-verbal communication. Okay, so dynamic process. So for this I would just like to give an example, like this process is something that when you are communicating, okay, like when you are communicating with friends, you are not going to communicate the same in the same manner with your father. Okay, otherwise you are going to get a good whack from your father. Okay, so what kind of conversations you have with your friends? If you are going to talk the same with your father, obviously he's going to get mad at you. Okay, so it's a overall dynamic process. And the next is the goal oriented. So whenever you have a communication with anyone, you will have goals, like you want to sell your for example, I would like to give like a market. If you see like the in the market the vendors, how they sell their goods, like they shout on top of their voices, and then like this is for free, or this is for something discount, so this thing, like eventually when you sell, like in bigger firms, like you have the hoardings, and then you can do it through the media these days. A lot of technologies coming up, so whatever be it, you are going to sell, and then when it's sold, it's the goal. So everything is goal oriented. And interdisciplinary science. So what do you mean by interdisciplinary science? It is the science that is related to human behaviors. Okay, so overall, all the features, this is interrelated to everything. So all these features make up the communication skills that you can develop. And then you can apply. Okay, so now we talk about the value or importance of communication. Okay, so these things are: number one, it is the increase in size, and then growing specialization, then the cutthroat comes into act, and then the trade union movement. It's helpful for the trade union movement, and then for the human relations, public relations, and it's finally the personal asset. So each of these can be like described, and then how it is related to each other, and then helps you have a good business communication skill. Okay, so I've just made notes regarding this, so that I do not miss out on anything. Okay, so increase in size, like size how? Like volume in the organization. The larger the organization, the more communication you require. Okay, so it increases the size, doesn't mean that in the shape. Okay, it increases the volume of the communication that undergoes with your suppliers, all the aristocracy, and the authority and the responsibility. Okay, so the next is the growing specialization, like in hotels, like interdepartmental connection you have. The connection is because you have to communicate within the departments. Okay, so if the front office needs anything, like from the like to know whether the rooms are clean and vacant by the housekeeping, the accommodation operations, then they will have to have a communication. They will have to have a good communication with the housekeeping department, so that they know. Okay, so everything is related. All the departments are like having communication with each other, so that it builds up the organization, the hotel. Okay, so that brings growing specialization. And cutthroat, what do you mean by cutthroat? If you do not have competition, like various hotels, they are growing up, they are growing like mushrooms. So every now and then there is competition now. It's a cutthroat competition. So this way you need to learn how to have a good business communication. And the next is the trade union movement. Okay, so what do you mean by this? Now, for this, you have unions, various unions with the employees. And sometimes your employers, they tend to give a bad notion about anything. You want increment, you're not getting. You want growth in your department, you're not getting. So there are a lot of employers, a lot of employees, like they come together, and then there is a leader in the employee union group who speaks directly, who communicates rather say, like not speak, who communicates with the employer, and then the employer communicates with the leader of the employees, and then the leader gives the the outcome of what has to be done. Okay, so whatever signals that are given from the employers are then imparted to the employees via the leader. Okay, so this here also communication is very important. So the next is the human relations. So for this, within the organization, if you want to maintain relation with your employees, communication is required. Yes, we need effective communication. Okay, so within the organization as a whole, you need this communication not only inside the organization but then outside too. So the public relations. So once you are familiar with all these values and importance of communication, then it becomes the personal asset for you. So if you can if you can come up with all these features and then the values, this the communication skill that you develop becomes a big asset for you. Okay, so the entire thing, the soft skills, this is actually the one of the greatest soft skill, communication, that you need to possess. Okay, and then apply for business purposes, because in business communication we are going to learn like how you can attract people, and then how you sell your things. Okay, so this is it, the business communication. I talked about the features and the value and importance of communication. Later I am going to talk about the verbal and non-verbal written communication, whatever, so I will make it into more simplest form for you to understand. Okay, so this much for today, and have a nice day. Thank you very much.